Now, your primetime local news leader. Fox 22 News at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. The drowning of a 16-year-old at an Aurora campground has shaken those staying there.
Our Matthew Jurancic has details.
I felt bad. Like I didn't know how to feel.
It feels like it didn't really happen, but it did.
This is all Kayla Sargent and Ava Worcester could say following the drowning of a 16-year-old boy Sunday afternoon. In a statement from Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife, the Warden Service was called to Deer Lake Campground after witnesses in the area saw a boy go under and never resurface.
We heard them yelling for him.
And some kids came up to us and asked us if we could help them, and we did.
And we tried, and then we couldn't find him.
Officials say numerous family members entered the water in an attempt to find the boy, but were unsuccessful. The Warden Service was later able to find and recover the boy 60 feet from the shore in roughly 7 feet of water. Kayla and Ava knew of the boy and had nothing but nice things to say about him.
I knew that he was a kind kid.
He was like a nice kid, kind of. I didn't know him that well. I knew he used to wear a green hat every day.
Even though the victim has been found, both girls cannot bring themselves to swim at the beach. The Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife plans to release more information when it becomes available. In Aurora, Matthew Jurancic, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Meanwhile, Maine State Police are investigating 2 deaths in Hancock County that they are calling suspicious. They say on Sunday afternoon, the Hancock County Sheriff's Office responded to a home in Brooklyn and discovered 2 deceased individuals under suspicious circumstances. Maine State Police detectives were called in to assist in that investigation along with evidence response technicians. The bodies of the deceased were transported to the office of the Chief Medical Examiner in Augusta, and autopsies will be performed to determine the cause and manner of death, as well as to formally identify them. Police say there is no danger to the public at this time.
An update now on the legal battle between Nordic Aqua Farms and a number of stakeholders in Belfast. As we previously reported back in February, Maine's highest court deemed Jeffrey Mabey and Judith Grace the true owners of a stretch of intertidal land that was previously promised to Nordic Aqua Farms to build piping for an aqua farm project. On June 29th, Maine's Supreme Judicial Court decided that the Board of Environmental Protections and the Bureau of Parks and Lands should determine the impact of the court's February land ownership ruling as it pertains to permits previously approved for Nordic Aqua Farms. Attorney Kim Irvin Tucker argues that the prior building permits approved for the foreign company should be invalidated since the court has deemed her clients the true landowners.
You know, it's sort of a basic premise in our country that a multinational foreign corporation can't go in and take someone else's land without the assistance of a municipality in this state to use for its private uses.
A city official previously stated that Nordic Aqua Farms gained the city of Belfast support due to the predicted economic growth they say the project would bring to the area. We reached out to a city spokesperson to learn where they stand on the ongoing legal case. We're still waiting for their response.
Well, food trucks in Belfast have dwindled in numbers this year, with popular favorites like Jamaican Grill or Stone Fox Creamery either moving or shutting their doors altogether. The food trucks that remain are working even harder and adjusting their approach. Doug Banks has the story.
At the beginning of COVID, food trucks found their way to Belfast, an open-air offering that made it easier to drop your mask. But now, with restrictions being lifted, food trucks are having to find different ways to bring in customers. Must Be Nice Lobster was a food truck until this year when they moved into a brick-and-mortar location on the corner of Cross and Federal. One reason for this was the price of rent to have a food truck in one of their designated locations. Although this change has worked thus far, that doesn't mean it didn't come with any challenges.
Advertising and people trying to find us. It's I feel like a food truck is pretty easy to find because it's right there. It's usually in the open. It's you can see it really well. Down here we're tucked in. It's hard to find.
Other problems food trucks in Belfast are facing are just getting food delivered, not to mention the rising food costs for the trucks and consumers. The price and hassle of obtaining a permit and the weather plays a part as well. With food trucks like Jamaican Grill and Stone Fox Creamery leaving, one local owner says there's one way
people can come back to the food trucks, more public parking.
They could certainly make it more friendly for people to park food trucks in the downtown area, or at least even in other city and areas to draw more of a crowd. Food truck life is not for the faint at heart. There's a lot of work. I think it's a lot more work than people realize goes into it. I mean, it's a commercial kitchen on wheels. So,
despite the many hurdles to climb and challenges to face, food trucks that are still here in Belfast hope that their form of business is here to stay, not only for themselves, but for the people who enjoy it. In Belfast, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
One of the best aspects of July 4th celebrations includes the parades, and here in our area there are tons of them. On that note, Bangor and Brewer Police Departments want you to know that there will be some temporary road closures on the parade route. Now, according to Bangor Police, roads will be closed beginning at 9:30 a.m. for the road race from Brewer to Bangor. The route to avoid would be Wilson Street in Brewer, across the Joshua Chamberlain Bridge, and Main Street, headed into downtown Bangor. Roads will reopen once pedestrian traffic clears, and also we'll have crews out covering some of those parades and festivities in our area, and we welcome you to send us your pictures and videos from any parades that you're attending. You can send those videos to tv7news@wvii.com, and we'll share as many of your pictures and videos as we can tomorrow.
Yep, bring on the enjoyable selfies, the big fireworks, sunglasses, kiddos dancing to marching bands. We want to see it all.
Exactly, yeah, all that wholesome stuff.
All right, well, fingers crossed that Mother Nature cooperates with us. And on that note, let's go ahead and get a first check of our forecast.
All right, Beth, thank you. Happy Monday. Your first weather is brought to you by North Ellsworth Flea Market, now open, and we are all talking about the weather for tomorrow night. Lots of firework displays out there, of course, and it looks like the rain showers out there now are going to end sometime tomorrow afternoon, and we should squeeze in the fireworks just fine tomorrow night, and it's going to be close, but I think we can do it. Lots of clouds out there now, still some rain showers back off to our west. We'll slide across our region tonight, and again, a couple of hours of rain showers tomorrow, but they're going to pull out of here most likely about probably 8 o'clock tomorrow evening, and then we're left with just cloudy skies tomorrow night, and we can light off fireworks in cloudy skies, of course. The rain showers, though, should go away tomorrow evening. Our forecast then tonight, though, is mostly cloudy skies, a couple of rain showers out there with low temperatures in the 60s. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth?
All right.
Yeah, so a nice overnight on the way, too.
Yeah, a little bit of hope there.
Yeah, indeed.
All right. Well, coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, our Devin Dagnall shows us what the town of Clinton has planned for the 4th of July.
And a father and son in Columbia Falls say they've got the world's biggest lobster trap. Our Grace Blanchard will take us there. Those stories and much more coming right up.
Here at the Eddington store, we have what you're craving. From Holton Dairy Farm products to our daily breakfast, lunch, and dinner specials. Did I mention we have fresh cut meats? From hamburg to steaks and even fresh produce, we have what you're craving. And while you're here, don't forget your ice cream at the Dairy Bar and homemade whoopie pies. Are you low on fuel? We offer gas, diesel, and propane too. The Eddington store, we're more than your average convenience store. We look forward to seeing you.
I'm saving with Liberty Mutual, Mom. They customize your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need. You could save $700 just by switching.
Oh, let me put a reminder on my phone. On the top of the pile.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. We're lucky to live in Maine. We have a wealth of natural resources, hardworking people, and time for the things that matter. Mechanical Services is all about Maine, with energy efficiency that protects our environment and helps businesses grow. Preventive maintenance and energy solutions that save money. How Maine is that? Mechanical Services. We're everywhere you are in Maine.
There are so many fun things to do in Maine. Now you can enjoy more for less. Check out Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
Maine's Family Fun Track, Speedway 95 on the Onland Road in Herman. Join in the fun and action for Saturday night races. See our website for a schedule of this season's races. Speedway 95, Onland Road, Herman. A great place to take the whole family for a night of fun.
There's a limited supply available. It's on sale right now. Save with Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
Make your waterfront even more fun and more functional than it already is. Take it to the next level with a Shoremaster Premium Dock System from Hammond Lumber Company.
Great things are always cooking at the Ground. New menu, new specials, with an amazing variety of choices for every taste. Good times, great service, and amazing food. Only at your locally owned Ground, Odland Road, Bangor.
Hello, I'm Emma Smith, and coming up on Good Morning Maine, we'll be in Millinocket, where a bunch of folks took part in a mac and cheese cook-off, and I am so jealous of that. But meanwhile, we'll also have the latest on where you can catch the fireworks in the local area, and all the latest with the weather forecast coming up.
Millinocket used to employ thousands at its paper mill, but that mill closed in 2008. And since then, the town has been working to reinvent itself. Our Jody Hersey has more on the makeover that's taking place in the Millinocket community.
A lot of people would come to downtown Millinocket and see empty storefronts and empty streets, and we saw opportunity.
Design Lab, located on Penobscot Avenue in Millinocket, is just one of many new businesses, giving this former mill town a new identity.
Design Lab is a design and marketing company, and we're part of the digital economy, so we can live here and work anywhere. We're doing work up at the Loring Commerce Center. We're doing work down at Tech Place in Brunswick. We're working on the Maine Space Complex project. About 90% of our business comes from outside of the area, so we import dollars into this community.
Town officials say new businesses are bringing new customers and breathing new life into the town of Millinocket.
The town right now is seeing a complete revitalization. Everyone's starting to really wrap their heads around this becoming a tourist attraction year-round. So these new businesses moving in is just really giving us the facelift we need.
We have groups in this community working on everything from, a new dog park to activities for children to mountain biking trails.
Five Lakes Lodge, a bed and breakfast in Millinocket, is another business giving this small community an economic boost. Megan Lyle's family purchased the property last August.
It's like a camp cozy feeling every time I get when I come here. Bringing my husband for the first time, and I'm showing him around, and I said, well, this is new, and this is new, and I've never seen that. So we're excited to kind of see all the different changes.
Some people may resist change, but not the folks in Millinocket. Change is a welcome relief to all those who've weathered the shutdowns and job losses over the years.
It's devastating when a mill closes, but it's also an opportunity to rebuild with a new vision and to be more resilient, by looking for those base hits rather than home runs.
In Millinocket, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The 19th century Curran Village in Orrington hosted dozens of guests these past few days at its tag sale fundraiser. The museum's tag sale included agricultural equipment and tools, furniture, and as well as lighting, and all the items for sale were pieces the Curran Village had in storage. Robert Schmick is the museum's curator.
A sickle bar and a cultivator, and the hay rake was sold today, and so it's been a successful fundraiser for us.
Sounds like lots of useful items. One of the shoppers that stopped by the tag sale says her family has ties to the Curran Village and Fields Pond, which is located right across the street.
My mother's grandmother was born here. Her name was Martha Alice Fields. And so I guess Fields Pond is probably after the family name.
All the money raised will go to the upkeep and operation of the 19th century Curran Village.
Celebrations have been going on all over the state in anticipation of this year's Independence Day, and Central Maine is, of course, no exception. Our Devin Dagnall stopped in to Clinton to see what the area's 4th of July committee has going on.
The Central Maine 4th of July Committee has once again set up shop on the Clinton Fairgrounds for their annual 4th of July weekend celebration. In addition to the classic parade, fireworks display, and live music, the committee has brought back some fan favorites.
To the petting zoo's back this year, we're really excited about that. There's face painting, there's sand art, there's all kinds of games for them.
And there's certainly no shortage of food vendors to choose from.
There's so much food, it's hard to even pick what you want.
You can get lemonade, fresh squeezed lemonade. You can get Dippin' Dots, slushies, pretzels, french fries.
Beyond all the fun and food, President of the 4th of July Committee, Kevin Douglas, says the celebration is also a chance to reflect on the history of our nation.
It's very important because what it does is not only celebrates our nation, but it also celebrates the men and women who have given us the freedom to call ourselves Americans. So it's really important to have this celebration for our community.
In Clinton, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Looks like such a fun celebration there. Well, meanwhile, a father and son from Columbia Falls are trying to get their names in the record books after building what they say is the world's largest lobster trap. Our Grace Blanchard got to see up close just how big it is.
On the side of Highway 1 in Columbia Falls, you can now find what might be the world's largest lobster trap.
We just thought it would be neat, something for people to stop and get pictures with, and just to say we have the world's largest lobster trap.
I helped a little bit with passing parts, but I'm not allowed to use the air tools, and I did a little bit of the spray painting.
Emerson and his son worked with their team at the Friendship Trap Company, where they usually build standard wire traps.
15 foot by 6 foot by 45 inches. Well, we built the big trap quite a few years ago when my father was still here, and me and VJ decided we wanted to build one even bigger and go hopefully set the world record.
Everything you see here is all custom made and is 3 times bigger than a standard 5-foot trap.
The girls in the headroom made the heads, me and VJ built it. He designed the vents and the ergo blocks, and a lot of the employees pitched in helping with it.
And they plan to take the trap to the Eastport and Machias 4th of July parades and encourage anybody to stop by to check out what they say is history in the making. In Columbia Falls, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
That kid is a good sport there to get in the big lobster trap in a lobster costume.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But a really fun idea there.
Yeah.
Just embodying, that Maine spirit,
Of
I think,
course,
too.
yeah.
And here's hoping that they do get some recognition for that, and it does become a new record.
We'd definitely like to see it for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, cities across the nation were plagued with violence this holiday weekend. We'll hear from officials across the country.
And Israel has launched one of its biggest military operations in the West Bank. We'll have those stories and more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 comes right back.
Van Sickle Kia is Northern Maine's first choice for pre-owned vehicles. We have a great selection of quality pre-owned vehicles with payments and prices for every budget. Shop your favorite brands like Kia, Ford, Jeep, Toyota, Honda, Subaru, Volvo, and more, all serviced, state inspected, starting at just $99.99 with payments just $239 a month, only at Van Sickle Kia.
The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. I'm Peter Van Sickle. I guarantee it.
Are you considering buying a new home? A home inspection is a major step in the home buying process. Knowing the current condition of your future home is very important. From simple DIY repairs to major issues that could cost thousands down the road. Not only can TJ inspect your property, but he is also a licensed contractor. Give him a call today at 210-5000 for a free inspection quote.
Deny, delay, devalue. Time's on our side.
It's a serious accident. Lots of medical bills, wrecked vehicles.
Still, don't see a problem.
It's the law offices of Joe Bornstein, and they want triple what we offered, and a fair settlement now. Triple.
Call Joe, the law offices of Joe Bornstein. Maine lawyers working for Maine people.
Let's settle this one.
Dine on the deck with a delicious view at the Lucerne Inn and Ryan's Pub. Experience outdoor dining at its finest. Open Tuesday through Sunday with award-winning dishes from their executive chef, Arturo Montes. Dining on the deck at Ryan's Pub is an unforgettable culinary experience you'll want to share with your family and friends. We are pet-friendly, so your furry friends are always welcome to join you at your table. Your next visit to the Lucerne Inn will feel like the first, all over again.
ABC 7, Fox 22, Healing Hands Massage, and Gas Medical want to send you to see Big Time Rush live in concert on their Can't Get Enough tour with special guests Max and Jax Tuesday, July 11th at the Main Savings Amphitheater in Bangor. Sign up to win tickets by registering at Healing Hands Massage in Hamden, providing professional massage services for our clients, and Gas Medical, 411 Main Street, Bangor, a full-service gas station and medical dispensary. Win tickets to see Big Time Rush July 11 on the Bangor waterfront.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
A violent weekend in Maryland, Chicago, and the D.C. metro area. More than 36 people hurt following several shootings. Fox's Madeline Rivera has the story.
Remnants from a holiday block party are now evidence from a crime scene in Baltimore. 2 people are dead after a shooting broke out during the celebration, and police have yet to make an arrest.
Now our detectives are still working through interviewing every one of the victims. We will continue to pursue any leads.
Nearly 30 people were also hurt. The attack is just one of several incidents of gun violence nationwide in the days leading up to July 4th. At least another 30 people were shot over the weekend in Chicago. 3 of those victims were killed.
This is not just a Baltimore thing. We have to be honest. This is the United States of America. This is our longest standing public health challenge.
The nation's capital is reeling too after a series of explosions on Sunday destroyed several businesses, including a bank and a Nike store. Investigators say a suspect also threw a Molotov cocktail-style object at a Safeway store.
Our building is not safe. As you can see, they bombed.
Authorities believe the suspect or suspects were targeting businesses and not people, and no one was hurt. But folks in the area are still afraid and want change.
It just made me think, like, when is it going to ever end? When is it will come to an end? Because, I mean, it's very sad.
Together, the Metropolitan Police Department in D.C. and the ATF are offering a $20,000 reward for information that could lead to the suspect or suspects. The ATF and the FBI are also offering $28,000 for help in making an arrest in the Baltimore mass shooting. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
Meanwhile, Israel launched one of its largest military operations in the occupied West Bank, saying its forces are going after what they call terrorist infrastructure, striking the Palestinian city of Jenin overnight. The city awoke to explosives and heavy gunfire. Fox's Jeff Paul has details.
Dozens protesting in Gaza on Monday in solidarity with the people of Jenin, a city in the West Bank that Israeli forces are targeting. It's one of the biggest Israeli counter-terrorism raids in the city of Jenin in the last 20 years. Gunfights lasted through the night after the Israeli military went in with hundreds of soldiers, dozens of armored vehicles, and used drones to strike from the air, hitting locations within a Jenin refugee camp. Violence resembling the wide-scale military operations carried out during the second Palestinian uprising 2 decades ago. Several killed, dozens more injured, and many are now bracing for the number of dead to only get higher.
A new attempt to remove the camp from existence and displace its people.
While troops remain inside the Jenin refugee camp, the Gaza-based militant group Hamas is calling on those in the West Bank to join the fighting. Army raids in cities like Jenin are almost routine this past year. The attack drawing condemnation from Iran, Egypt, Jordan, and the Arab League, as well as concern from the UN.
I remain gravely concerned by the escalating spiral of violence we are witnessing in the occupied West Bank. The violence must stop, and all perpetrators should be held accountable.
The Israeli army is calling it a focused operation that could last anywhere from 1 to 3 days, but there is now concern that it could become much broader. In London, Jeff Paul, Fox News.
Detained American journalist Evan Gershkovich met with the U.S. ambassador to Russia Monday. The Wall Street Journal reporter has been behind bars in Russia since March on espionage charges. This was the ambassador's second visit. The first was back in April. Last week, a court in Moscow ruled to keep Gerskovich in custody until the end of August. The journalist, along with his employer, deny spying allegations. President Biden and other U.S. government officials have declared Gerskovich wrongfully detained and called for his release. He faces 20 years in prison if convicted.
In our post-Roe v. Wade world, colleges are now offering the morning after pill in vending machines. It's been over a year since the Supreme Court struck down constitutional protections for abortion in the Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health Organization decision. Currently, 14 states have enacted full or 6-week abortion bans, limiting people's abilities to end pregnancies. Over-the-counter purchase of the morning after pill, however, remains legal in every state, and several universities are providing easily accessible emergency contraceptives on campus through vending machines. So far, there are 39 universities offering these machines, and according to the American Society for Emergency Contraception, the Society's executive director says the ability to access the morning after pill comes at a time when the stakes are high for those living in states where they cannot receive abortions.
Overseas now, France is on edge tonight after a resurgence of unrest and over the weekend caused by the fatal police shooting of a teenager of North African descent. Fox's Trey Yingst has more from Paris.
Tension across France as police brace for a 7th night of rioting. French authorities once again deploying national police to protect neighborhoods as the country's justice minister calls for a crackdown on those who are burning and looting.
So all of these are crimes and can be qualified as such. I ask for a firm response, and a firm response also for the most serious damage to property.
The widespread unrest that began last Tuesday after police shot and killed a French-Algerian teenager has slowed in recent days, though French officials say 297 vehicles and 34 buildings were damaged late Sunday and early Monday. Outside the capital of Paris, the mayor of Les Halles-Roses spoke out for the first time since his family was attacked 2 nights ago by rioters.
We have seen the true face of the rioters, that of assassins. They wanted to murder my wife and our 2 young children in their sleep and burn them alive by trying to burn down our house.
French President Emmanuel Macron says social media is in part to blame for inciting the ongoing violence, while France's Interior Minister says he met with social media companies, including Snapchat and Twitter, urging them to take down any content that invites violence. Overnight, another 150 people were arrested during the riots. Police in France tonight remain on high alert. In Paris, Trey Yingst, Fox News.
Still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, we'll have the latest on those wildfires in Canada and how they're affecting air quality here in the U.S.
And in sports, pickleball is the fastest growing sport in America, why it can be more than just great exercise. We'll be right back.
Saturdays, baseball's best are showing out. Swing and a drive! Fox Saturday Baseball all season long.
Moosehead Medicine, Greenville's favorite dispensary. Our knowledgeable staff will guide you on your journey to find the perfect remedy specifically for you. From pain relief to relaxation, Moosehead Medicine has what you need to improve your well-being. Stop by Moosehead Medicine today and discover the power of nature's healing.
There's a better way to buy pre-owned. Honda True. With multiple tiers of vehicles like Certified Plus and Certified, you get less worries and more benefits. Choose from the latest Honda models, which means less unpredictability and more paths to discover. And get the peace of mind you deserve, with less strings attached and more freedom. Find out why Honda True means less compromise and more of what you love about Honda.
Hood is the cottage cheese lovers love. Start with our award-winning country style. It's delicious on its own, or like this. That. Even, sure. Plus, it's got more protein than hummus and less sugar than yogurt. Then there's Hood's flavors. We expertly blend in real fruit or savory herbs for an unbeatable taste combination you can't recreate at home. Now that's cottage cheese. Hood cottage cheese. Always good, always Hood.
Who has the best kept secret in Penobscot County?
We do!
Welcome to Maple Lane Farms, a fifth-generation family farm that's committed to providing you with the best quality products. Our farm-raised local and sustainable meat is flash frozen to lock in the freshness and natural flavors. Experience the top-notch quality of our meat that's naturally raised without any antibiotics or hormones. Get the best of both worlds, quality and affordability. Try Maple Lane Farms today, the candy store for the carnivore. Approximately 50,000 kids, like Brooke, receive care at Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center each year. You can help them by supporting the Summer Classic for Maine Kids. This new tournament will help all kids receiving care at Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center by raising funds to ensure that pediatric care is available today, tomorrow, and in the years ahead. Every dollar raised helps kids get back to the business of being kids. For more information about the event and how to donate, please visit northernlight.org/4kids.
Moosehead Medicine, Greenville's favorite dispensary. Our knowledgeable staff will guide you on your journey to find the perfect remedy specifically for you. From pain relief to relaxation, Moosehead Medicine has what you need to improve your well-being. Stop by Moosehead Medicine today and discover the power of nature's healing.
Welcome back. Flight delays and cancellations are still plaguing airports across the country. Just one day before the July 4th holiday, and people are still waiting hours, even days, for new flights. Fox's CB Cotton has more.
Thousands of travelers once again facing flight disruptions this 4th of July holiday.
Coming in here, it was pretty packed in the terminal. It took us a while to get through. It was insane.
According to FlightAware, more than 1,500 U.S. flights were delayed or canceled on Monday. United Airlines is faring the worst, with about 5% of its schedule delayed by early afternoon. The problems leading to long security lines at airports.
We anticipated some long lines, but it's been moving, and the airport security has been doing an amazing job of getting so many people through.
Storms stretching from New England down to the southwest threaten to cause more issues. Some carriers are still playing catch up after last week's severe weather caused thousands of flight delays. Multiple airlines also blame the Federal Aviation Administration for the turbulence as the agency sees a shortage of air traffic controllers. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says the FAA plans to hire additional staff in the coming months.
Whether we're talking about day-to-day ops and tactics, or whether we're talking about the bigger picture of staffing air traffic control for the future, we're moving very aggressively on that.
Also threatening to upend summer travel plans, a backup of U.S. passport applications. An online processing pause and staffing shortages have left the passport agency with a record 500,000 applications per week at times. The State Department says the processing time for a regular passport can take up to 13 weeks. In Newark, New Jersey, CB Cotton, Fox News.
And extreme heat creating hazardous conditions for millions of people ahead of the July 4th holiday, with many coming out of a blistering weekend only to face another round of intense temperatures. But the rising mercury isn't the only health threat, with dermatologists addressing how and when you should be applying sunscreen in these conditions. Fox's Sue Goodsman reports.
Sweltering summer temperatures are proving stubborn as the extreme heat continues, baking large portions of the country, especially communities in the south and western U.S. More than 60 million Americans across parts of Texas, Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, and the Carolinas were under heat alerts this weekend, but relief for some may not be on the horizon. The National Weather Service warns temperatures over 110 degrees are expected for parts of Arizona and Nevada throughout Monday. An excessive heat warning is also in effect across Southern California. And while health experts say you should stay properly hydrated with water, the excessive heat can cause you to sweat more. That means you may have to think twice about how and when you apply sunscreen.
In order to get enough protection, you should be using a palmful to cover a body in a bathing suit. And for most adults, that means about an ounce. So a 6-ounce bottle shouldn't last you all season long. You need to apply the sunscreen frequently. And that means about every 2 hours or after getting wet.
Even if you're not planning on being outside for long, dermatologists say the sun's ultraviolet rays can still be harmful.
UV radiation is a known human carcinogen. We know that it causes skin cancers. And with the most common types of skin cancers, the highest risk is a cumulative exposure to UV. That means just coming in and out of the car, going in and out of your workplace.
Sue Guzman, Fox News.
And hundreds of wildfires are still raging across Canada. Forecasters fear the thick smoke could impact the U.S. throughout the summer. Fox's Alexis McAdams has the latest.
While the West Coast bakes under a massive heat wave, other parts of the U.S. now bracing for more Canadian wildfire smoke. That country seen its worst fire season on record. More than 560 active fires still burning, nearly half classified as out of control. Firefighters from across the U.S. flying in to battle those flames, but officials say drier than usual conditions could affect air quality throughout the entire summer.
We seem to see extremely or above average warm temperatures here this spring, with the amount of fire in the landscape from heavy spring fire load into now, that it's probably going to be one of the longer, busier fire seasons that we've seen, certainly in this area in a long time.
Last Thursday, 5 major U.S. cities ranked in the top 10 for most polluted air in the world, according to IQAir.com. But strong storms were a blessing, washing out that smoke from the skies in parts of the Midwest and Northeast over the weekend. New York City, Detroit, and Minneapolis all moving out of the unhealthy category. While these fires aren't having a major impact on folks out west, an excessive heat wave is, and it's threatening air quality, especially in parts of Southern California. Officials warning that fireworks celebrations on July 4th could worsen air quality in areas with lingering wildfire smoke.
These fireworks sometimes can be erratic, and they can ignite brush and trees and other things that are nearby that are flammable.
Back in the Northeast, health experts recommend wearing an N95 mask outside when the thick smoke does return. In New York, I'm Alexis McAdams, Fox News.
So many things to be concerned about in terms of our environment lately. It's amazing to see that the wildfires continue to rage on in Canada. You really worry about the folks there.
Yeah, and those being impacted as well by not just the smoke, but the double whammy of that mixed with the extremely high temperatures.
Yeah.
Just, not a good situation to be in, and definitely wearing a mask in those conditions could be a good idea for those who might be a little compromised.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Alrighty, folks. Well, our full 5-day is coming up. Stay with us.
The rain showers out there now will end tomorrow. The fireworks tomorrow night look like they could squeeze in just fine. More on that when I come back for you in just a few minutes.
Up in Smoke Fireworks is family-owned with a huge selection including Brothers and Showtime, Time Bandit, and Black Hat brands. We will share our knowledge with you, then go have a blast. Up in Smoke Fireworks, 173 West Main Street, Searsport.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Elantra. Lease an Elantra for $229 a month or get 0.99% APR or $750 bonus cash. Hurry, offers end July 5th. See your Bangor Hyundai dealer.
Let's face it, getting training and experience is hard, but at Loring Job Corps, we can help. From certifications in automotive technology, obtaining your CDL, or learning building trades, we have you covered. Maybe you prefer joining the high-tech world of computer networking or cybersecurity. We have that as well. Don't delay, get in the driver's seat to your future today. And the best part, Loring Job Corps is free. Receive free training, free meals, and even free housing. Call or go to jobcorps.gov/Loring. Job Corps careers begin here.
Wherever you are, whether you're ready or not, it's coming. With a purpose, with persistence, with the power to change the way you live. So you don't have to change the way you live. Generac automatic standby generators. Control your power, control your life. Visit Generac.com.
Up in Smoke Fireworks is family-owned with a huge selection including Brothers and Showtime, Time Bandit, and Black Hat brands. We will share our knowledge with you, then go have a blast. Up in Smoke Fireworks, 173 West Main Street, Searsport.
Where in America do the best cooks come from?
4 regions, 20 contestants.
Sharpen your knives.
MasterChef United Tastes of America, Wednesdays on Fox.
Here we go. Your full weather is brought by Key Appliance. Sales and service from major brands including GE, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Speed Queen, and more. We hold the key to savings, and we are thinking all about tomorrow night. All the firework displays across the region should go on just fine tomorrow evening. There'll be rain in the area throughout the afternoon, and then it should begin to dry out, say, 7, 8 o'clock tomorrow evening, and just lots of clouds around tomorrow night, but the rain should stop, and that should be no issue at all then for letting off fireworks for tomorrow night. It's going to be great, right? Okay, so here we are out there today. Lots of rain showers across our region again. But look what happens here, right? This thing finally pulls away. So tomorrow, rain showers again. But by, say, tomorrow evening, this is all going to pull away. And by Wednesday morning, we're done with it before our next weather system gets in here a couple of days from now. Until then, though, lots of clouds out there currently. There are some showers to get through tonight. And it's incredibly humid outside, right? Low temperatures in the 60s this evening is not normal. High dew points out there as well. So overall, kind of a muggy summer evening with those rain showers across our area. But there's more. Another system here across the Midwest. I know, right? And it's going to move in our direction again. It's another slow mover. It's likely going to bring us some more rain showers. Not so much tomorrow evening in the early parts of Wednesday, but Wednesday night into Thursday and probably Friday as well. We do have more rain showers in the forecast then. Speaking of rain showers, we're adding it up, right? We've had several reports last couple of days, over 3-4 inches of rain across our area. And we do not need more at the moment, but we're going to get some more. Some light rain showers tonight, not a big deal. They'll all end by this time tomorrow evening. And then more rain showers are in store for us for later Wednesday into Thursday and probably into Friday as well, as we're just in a very wet pattern. Okay, so the breeze out there now out of the north around 5 miles per hour, non-existent, right? This will actually go calm for several hours tonight, and you know what that means. A calm breeze will give us that chance for some dense fog again. So picture it, right? So the dense fog out there, high dew points, high humidity, temperatures in the 60s, not so great sleeping weather tonight, right, with those muggy conditions out there. Fire danger, though. So, of course, across the north in Canada, we still have hundreds of fires burning, and that is also giving smoke. Now, for us today, we're all good air quality-wise, but we'll likely get some more smoke in here before the weekend is out, and we do have some more smoke on the way. There are still lots of fires burning across parts of Canada. For us, though, today, temperature-wise, right, kind of muggy. 76 here in Bangor, 75 for Millinocket. So it's a nice temperature day, the average high being about 77. Many of us got close to that today and will again tomorrow. Our forecast ends tonight, though. Scattered rain showers out there. Some dense fog is likely. Look for low temperatures down near 64. Muggy low temperatures down near 64. For tomorrow, scattered showers and a couple of thunderstorms out there. Non-severe, locally heavy rainfall. Can't be ruled out. High temperatures reaching for 80. A couple of you might do that tomorrow with a southeast breeze around 5 to 10. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows that chance for rain ending tomorrow. We'll get a break tomorrow night before more storms later Wednesday into Thursday morning. Thursday's the nice day right now. Lots of sunshine and muggy. 88 before we get more rain in the forecast Friday into Saturday. Beth?
The rain's just kind of keeping on.
It really is,
yeah.
But, you know, it's great to hear from Jeff that
yeah.
It should hold off for us or at least get over with before fireworks should be taking place.
And there was a
teensy-weensy
break in the middle there, if
exactly.
you saw. So,
yep.
All right, so we're pulling for that.
Indeed.
All righty, well, sports is coming up next. Keep it right here.
Come stop by Triple S Tack Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel, for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of their locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
There are so many fun things to do in Maine. Now you can enjoy more for less. Check out Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
Nicole specializes in electrolysis, which is the only FDA-proven method for permanent hair removal, from eyebrows to toes and everything in between. Let her take care of your unwanted hair. Call 949-3098 to book an appointment.
There's a limited supply available. It's on sale right now. Save with half-off fun from FoxBangor.com.
It's the Midsummer Classic on Fox.
Man, this is going to be fun. Stars all over the field.
The world's biggest headliners serving up their mammoth hits. They're taking center stage for one incredible show.
I'm looking for a partner that I can invest $250,000 in. I'm looking for my next food star.
Gordon Ramsay's Food Stars, Wednesdays on Fox.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. In case you haven't heard, pickleball is the hottest sport in all of America. And for many, especially around here, it goes much farther than just a fun, competitive workout. Take a look.
People get addicted immediately. It's great. It's a wonderful sport.
Go to a place to play, and there's so many people playing it.
The results are in. The fastest growing sport in America is pickleball. What was once a backyard game is now a worldwide phenomenon, and at the Armstrong Tennis Center in Hamden.
This week alone, today will be my 6th person that I've taught that has never touched a pickleball paddle before.
But what is behind pickleball's rise from obscurity to tens of millions of players? Well, first, for lack of a better word, it's pretty easy.
It's a game where you can get better quickly. It's difficult to master, but it's easy to pick up and it's easy to get better.
Also, the game doesn't require you to be super agile or quick to play well, so it spans athleticism and generations.
As body parts wear out with tennis, tennis elbow and so forth, you seem to be able to play pickleball instead. I have taught a 4-year-old. I have taught a 92-year-old. It doesn't matter your mobility, your age, you can come out here and play.
And once folks do get hooked and keep coming back for the competition and exercise, they stay for the community that builds.
So you come in and just mix in with a lot of people. Like on a Saturday in here, there'll be 30 people. And they're all everybody's playing everybody else. It's big open. So you get to meet a lot of people and play with them. It's fun. You hear a lot of laughter out of pickleball court.
And there's no better example of that community and laughter than the relationship between ATC pickleball pro George Willett and his brother, Mike.
Nice shot.
Mike started playing with George a couple weeks ago.
Playing pickleball with your brother, how fun is it?
Good.
They'll be teaming up for the upcoming Pickle with a Purpose tournament in Waterville to benefit Maine's Unified Sports.
He lives with me, and he's my best friend in the whole entire world. But seeing him out here, being able to play and run around, and we can laugh, that's what this is all about.
So what's next for the sport sweeping the world? Well, no one knows, but all we do know is that maybe you should give it a try.
Come on out and play, and just good sport to meet people. It's a lot of fun.
Great point there, by the way. Now let's go to some Legion baseball. Some action Monday night over at Hamden Academy as the River Dogs played Herman. Game originally scheduled to be in Herman, but moved to HA due to field conditions. Top 4, River Dogs lead. Colin Peckham at bat. Drills one into center. It gets down. Cam Hale scores. A couple batters later, Aiden Hulsey going to ground this one through the hole. TJ Urena scoring here to extend the River Dogs lead. Top 6, Herman's Gavin Scripture, what a name, ends this half inning in style with a strikeout on Bodie Bishop, his second of the half inning. Finally, bottom 6, deep fly into left by Danny England. Andy Hennigan chasing it down. Great job tracking it as he makes the catch to end the inning. River Dogs roll in this one and win 8-0. Now to the Portland Sea Dogs. The Dogs finished the first half of the year 40-29, second place in the Northeast to the Somerset Patriots. Hi, New Jersey. They had the first series of the second half that wrapped up Monday night, and they took care of business. In the 6 games they played against New Hampshire on the road, the Dogs went 5-1, their only blemish a 3-0 loss on Saturday. Batting got the job done, 6 runs a game. Pitching did real well, around 3 runs allowed a game. Great start to the second half, and superstar shortstop prospect Marcelo Meyer says they feel positive as the second half gets started and are hungry for the second season.
Going into the second half, we're all really positive. We all want to win. It's also, part of the minors is about development, but we have a really good team in here, and winning is fun. So we're gonna continue to try to do that. Hopefully, make a playoff push.
Okay, now to the Boston Red Sox. The All-Star reserves were announced on Sunday. Last chance for a member of the Sox to be named, and a new face in town got the nod. Sox closer Kenley Jansen has been named to his 4th All-Star game and his first since 2018 when he played for the Dodgers. In his first season with the Sox, Jansen has a 3.45 ERA with 35 strikeouts. He also recently recorded his 400th career save. Jansen says he didn't expect it, but will wear his Sox jersey with honor in Seattle. The All-Star game is set for next Tuesday. And finally, the Boston Bruins, a bunch of departures as free agency has gotten underway, but one of the bigger ones came on Sunday. One of the most sought-after free agents and now former Bruin, Tyler Bertuzzi, has signed a 1-year deal with the Toronto Maple Leafs. The left winger was traded from the Red Wings to the Bruins in March and scored 16 points in 21 regular season games, as well as 5 goals and 5 assists in the Bruins' first-round series against Florida, tied for Brad Marchand for the team's top scorer. Definitely a huge loss for the Bruins. Well, that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. We'll be back right after the break.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
Fear, pain, and anxiety are all feelings associated with dental treatments, but it doesn't have to be that way. Dental lasers offer a way to remove tooth decay without using the dental drill. In fact, we do most dental fillings here at Twin City Dental without numbing, so no needle. And for treatments like root canals or having many teeth extracted, we also provide IV sedation. So call Twin City Dental for your next dentist appointment.
Okay guys, we're all here because US Cellular has an incredible deal. Right now you can get 50% off a year of service and a free phone.
Sorry, just double checking. Is it really that good of a deal?
Yeah, it's a huge deal.
Really
huge deal.
Wow, I just triple checked and that's awesome.
Awesome.
Echo.
Echo.
Get 50% off a year of service and a free phone. US Cellular, built for us.
ABC 7, Fox 22, Mainly Eyes, and River's Edge Chiropractic want to send you to see Big Time Rush live in concert on their Can't Get Enough tour with special guests Max and Jax Tuesday, July 11th at the Main Savings Amphitheater in Bangor. Sign up to win tickets by registering at Mainly Eyes in the Bangor Mall. Mainly Eyes, you'll see the difference. And River's Edge Chiropractic Wellness Center in Old Town. Win tickets to see Big Time Rush July 11th on the Bangor waterfront.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
This is Sheldon Cooper's theory of relativity.
Young Sheldon 5 times a week
on Fox 22.
Welcome back. A Porter woman is shaken up but recovering after she says she punched a bear in the face. Now, Maine is home to one of the largest black bear populations in the eastern U.S., although attacks are extremely rare. Mal Meyer spoke to that woman and neighbors about the close encounter.
Lynn Kelly was out here in her garden on Friday morning when her dog started barking and ran into the woods. She heard him yelp, and then he came running out with a bear right behind him.
Responding to a 64-year-old female attacked by a bear.
State officials say the woman stood up as tall as she could and punched the bear in the nose. It bit her right hand, puncturing her wrist. Her dog Scooby wasn't harmed.
She is inside her residence, away from the bear. Bear location is currently unknown.
Kelly didn't want to go on camera. She's still scared, having a difficult time sleeping, and is nervous about being outside. She has a brace on her wrist from the bite.
We were walking right past Libby Road, and a black bear cub came running across the street in front of us.
Rachel Pino says she was out with her dogs the next day when she had her own close encounter.
I would say it was about this big.
She knew about the attack and was worried the cub's mother would be close behind.
We kind of backed up and then just ran to a neighbor's house.
That's what experts recommend. Get to safety. If you can't,
the best thing to do is what she did, and that is hold your ground, stand large, make a lot of noise.
Experts say that should have worked for Kelly, but since the animal seemed to be accustomed to people and attacked, state officials put out traps.
We were able to match the bear that we captured with DNA results to the wound on her forearm.
The bear was euthanized and is getting tested for rabies. The Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife says it was about 140 pounds and around 2 years old.
That's scary, but we look where we live. You got to expect stuff like this. I mean, we live out in the wilderness.
One Porter resident sent us these photos from last week. This was last night.
The game wardens came over and let us know to be careful about, feeding the bird feeders.
State wildlife officials also recommend securing your garbage or grills and removing outdoor pet food so bears aren't attracted to your yard.
Definitely a very scary situation there. Well, if you are ever traveling through Howland, the Williams family wants you to slow down, and they've even made some brightly colored signs to remind you of that request, with good reason. Those signs are made with Pokemon yellow paint, and Aaliyah and Isabel Williams helped create them with their dad Stanley. You can see there are quite a few turtles that choose this area to lay eggs every year, and this family is trying to help those reptiles and their offspring survive, especially when they unknowingly enter a roadway.
Just take a look. Usually, most of the time you can see them pretty easy, but we almost, because one day we turned and we almost got one right on the corner by accident because it was on the inside of the corner and, it was a few feet away, but still, I didn't see it until after I was past it.
Because they don't deserve to die, and we try and get them out of the way very quickly.
Very thoughtful effort there. Well, you can see nests and remains of eggs where some turtles were born. You can see it right there. So again, if you're traveling in Howland, the Williams family says slow down and save the turtles.
I think a worthy cause there.
Yeah.
And just a great reminder and a great effort just to get those signs out. I like the Pikachu yellow too. It's going to grab your attention.
It definitely is going to grab your attention. What I love is that, they're two, young kids who have already taken an interest in preserving the environment and preserving life, and that is wonderful to see.
And great to see their dad supporting them too and trying to make a difference.
Yeah, fostering that nurturing instinct. Alrighty, folks. Well, that is going to do it for us. From everyone here at Fox 22 News, take care and have a great night.
Good night, everyone.